Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Taurus down again, y'all. This is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. All right, today I'm gonna be talking real quick, y'all. Depending on how many people get in here or anything, want to talk about things about providing being paid to play and how women made it this way. Okay, a lot of people probably got a lot of questions about that. I'm gonna talk about a couple things in the video, how it works with that. All right. Now, if you ain't watched me before, first time watching. I talk about stuff about manosphere, different issues, men and women, finances, all type of things. All right. So there you know that one. And make sure you get like, subscribe, and share it if you like the video at the end, because I don't get on here every day. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Today we're gonna be talking about providing and how it's really more pay to play and how that women made it that way. Okay. Now, some people might be like, well, women didn't make it that way. Yes, they did. If you're not an older guy, because it's only been about 50 years since women have been responsible really for their own bills. Okay. Uh, I ain't all that good at this thing yet, so I'm working on it, but I'm trying to get to where I can be able to pull that kind of stuff up. But if you go and you check out the 1974 Equal Credit Opportunity Act, I believe it is, you'll find out that it wasn't until 1974 in the United States that women could uh, ask for a bank account or any kind of credit accounts or a credit card, anything like that on their own. All right. If they wanted any kind of credit or they wanted to buy something, a man had to be co-signing for it. It was the law. It was the law. Okay. So at that point in time, providing wasn't really pay to play because it was really the law. I mean, like, you had to provide because they couldn't get this junk on their own. All right. So you got to kind of look at it from that point of view. All right. First, if you're looking at it from that point of view, from the first order, then you shouldn't have too many problems. All right, protecting and providing was the natural way and the way that it should have been, and it was a legal way. Women couldn't get things on their own till 1974. Up until that point, either they had to have a husband, they was applying for credit and stuff like that, credit, credit cards, buy a car, any that type of junk. Up until 1974 in the United States, if there was not a man that was going to co-sign with them or co-sign for them, they could not do it. Okay. So it's one of the other things that people, the guys, they talk about, especially I watch them in the manosphere a lot. This is also why I say the manosphere won't work. I'm going to get into that one on another video that I'm probably going to do later today. The manosphere and the red pill, they ain't going to work. Reason being, right now, if you're asking the question, because some of y'all are, it's just right here. In order for this thing to go back to being protect and provide, women are gonna have to turn the clock back on stuff like this. All right. If it's got to be definitely for you to provide for them, and it's gonna have to be them to turn the clock back on it because they're the ones who asked for it. Can't be you, or you be oppressing. That's why. And Red Pill and Manosphere, they spend too much time trying to explain to women about protect and provide when women fought to get out of protect and provide. That's the point that I'm making today. Okay. They fought to get out of protect and provide. So now when you do it now, when they say they didn't want it and you do it anyway, yeah, you're trying to pay. Yeah, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. So here's the deal. Like I'm telling y'all, up until about 1974, women couldn't buy their own stuff. And then they had the 1960s, they had the sexual revolution, which is what women, about 14 years before this one, I just got done telling you about the equal credit thing. About 14 years before that, women started saying, "Hey, we don't want men paying for us. We'll pay for our own selves," which brought about stuff like the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Okay, it kind of boils down to some very simple stuff. It's not something that's going to take a long time to explain. This video wasn't going to be long. It's very simple. They made it this way because they started asking. First off, they said they don't want men to pay for stuff for them. They said this. It's the reason why you have these acts and stuff that I'm talking to you about right now. However, here's the deal. I think they got out there, they understood that them bills a little bit harsher than what they was thinking. So now they kind of trying to backslide on it. But see, that's what guys got to start looking at it like, no. And guys are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, let me get one, hey, out the squad. I know y'all out there doing it. But you got to sit back and kind of be like, nah, because they asked for this, y'all. They asked for this. They made the protect and provide thing was the right way and it was the legal way. And they opted out of that. You got to opt out of that. Okay? So that's the message that I want to bring to young guys today. They ain't going to stay here long. Like I say, it just give you some info. Quick shot to the head. You know what I'm saying? With my doggone. There we go. Okay? You got to opt out of protect and provide because women opted out of that junk a long time ago. All right? It's only been about 50 years, but you need to let them be responsible for their own bills. You don't pay their bills, they pay their own bills. All right? That's what they asked for, and it's what we're giving them. All right? But for you guys got to understand it too, that they asked for that. And if you do it the opposite way now, if you try to go to do a protect and provide, you really trying to pay to play. If you got questions about it, drop the comments, let me know. But you shouldn't have any questions about it because they told you no. And we just went over 2 acts and stuff like that real quick, like where they were saying no. So just remember, providers pay to play, guys. Women made it that way. But it's not something that you need to be upset about or even be angry about. It's just something that is. So as far as down to y'all is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. If you got the doggone info today and you didn't think it was a joke, then hit like, subscribe, share, join the journey. And doggone drop the comments that know what we're thinking. Because some guys ain't going to be thinking that. I know that. I get the comments and stuff like that all the time here, but we're going to be going over some stuff, some other videos. Look, y'all, protect and provide, pay to play. Okay? Unless you're a trick, you shouldn't be trying to do it. As far as down to y'all is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. I'm out of here on that one, y'all. Peace.